is Rachel Foley, and I'm the Washington Director of Operations for the organization Hope House, which is led by, of course, Carol Finley. Carol, stand up just so they can see who you are. We serve children and incarcerated men and women in 13 prisons from Connecticut to Florida, and we are the entire staff. Just want to share that with you. It is an amazing experience for us, and of course that grew out of a desire that Carol always has to just help those folks in need, and realize that when Norton was closed that no one was helping those families, and so she came forward. And when I went to do a summer camp with her, I was so fascinated. I thought, oh my God, I have to do this too. We do a lot of programs in those different prisons. We do a book reading program. We let fathers read books on tape, and then we mail the books and tapes, either video or audio, to their children. We do a video teleconference program in a prison in North Carolina. The fathers are there, the children are here. You can see and talk to each other for an hour every 2 weeks in that program. We also do a summer camp program, which is unique in the country. We're the only ones who are doing it for men, who get a chance to spend 5 hours a day for 5 days inside the prison with their children. And then we spend the other 19 hours with them back at a campsite, swimming and canoeing and doing all kinds of fun things. We learn how to tie-dye. Remember tie-dye? Mm-hmm. Anyway, those are the things that we do. We do a lecture series. And of course now our new project is this, which is this production called Who Does the Time? And this was a dream of Carol's from a long time ago, and a girlfriend of hers who helped write the Voices from the Streets piece that they did at CCNV, and so we're grateful for it coming to full fruition. And this play is really about drawing attention to the issue, that it's not just a man or a woman who is incarcerated, but everyone. The community ends up in that incarceration, school teachers sometimes, everyone ends up in that process and in that trap. And so we have a play that was commissioned by the Black Women Playwrights Group. That's an organization here in Washington, D.C. And I do see one of the playwrights here, so I would like to acknowledge her. That's Patricia Cruz, who's one of the playwrights. Can you stand up and just say hello? Evans, who is the director of the Black Women's Playwrights Group, is also here, one of the playwrighs. So we're grateful for their time and their experience. They interviewed the families, they interviewed the children, they even interviewed the incarcerated men. We set up some phone conversations and sent some questions into them, and they were able to write this piece, and so that's what we're here to show you today. We also have, and I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge them, professional actors who are dear friends of mine, who gave up their time and effort out of their movie schedules and TV schedules, and some of them you may recognize from the television show The Wire and such. So I'm grateful to them for just sharing in this experience. We want you to enjoy it, sit back and relax. I can't say that it's all going to be funny, but it's all going to be real, and it's all very good. And before we begin, I'm going to ask, even if you think you did it already, please turn off your cell phone. Check now, because my children will get distracted. So if you wouldn't mind checking for me, I would be so grateful. All right, everyone's checking. Thank you so much. And so I greet you with Who Does the Time? A look at the human cost of incarceration on the African American family and community. We hope you enjoy it.
Hi. My name is Rhonda. I am incarcerated in Connecticut for a crime that I committed in Washington, D.C. Today my mom is supposed to be bringing my son Cameron to visit me. I haven't seen him since they transferred me up here 11 months ago. See, when I was locked up in D.C., I used to see him every weekend. But then the prison there was closed, and me, along with 11,000 other inmates, were transferred to federal prisons all over the country. Some are as far as California. But the truth is, even if they're only 100 miles away, might as well be 1,000, because most folks can't get there, or they work, ain't got no car, or no bus goes there. And don't even think of calling all the time because the calls cost so much that the families can't afford to call. You know, maybe time to time on occasion. My mom can't afford me to call too often and she can't get here to bring me my son. You know, people think we don't love our kids because we did something bad. Well, we do. And we're trying to learn and do better. Yeah. Some of us anyway. I know I am. I sure hope my son continues to love me even though I can't see him all the time. Because when you're this far away from your family, it affects everybody involved. But there's an organization in D.C. that does programs with incarcerated men and their kids. They do this. They do things to help them keep in touch. Like they have this one program that they do with the kids. They do with them so they could look. They do like it's called a computer conference call, and the kids can see and talk to their dads every 2 weeks. See, they sit in front of the computer, and there's a video, right, on top of it, where they can look at each other while they talk. Oh, and I sure wish they did that here. Well, they do have a book program here, and I can pick out a book for my son and read it into a cassette. And then they take the book and they mail it to him. He says he loves it. And it even helps him read more. I know it sure helps me read more. I wish they had more of these programs. You know, I heard that it's not that expensive to do. I mean, groups and cities all over could do it, because the truth is, most of us are locked up, far from our families. Well, how do I look? I hope my son is happy to see me, if he comes. Nobody else, he can't talk to nobody else, just me, and that's the way I like it. I mean, I want to come home, but it's going to be kind of different and scary, so these have to match just right. Tyrone, I'm ready. Here I come.
glad when I be in the same house as you? 8 years is a long time. Huh? Hey, how's your brother doing? Hey, you tell Tyrone I want to see him by Thursday when I finally get home, huh? Tell him don't be late.
Okay.
Did you read them books I taped for you?
Oh.
Did you get the last one that I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly, did you? Kimberly. Kimberly! Hey, Kimberly! Sleep. But that's all right. At least I know where she is. She sure knows where I am.
What's up, Dad?
Hey, what's up? Oh, it's so good to see you, son. Oh, how was the bus ride?
Okay. Not long came to the other person. That was close by. That only took 40 minutes. Trip was 10 hours. That was a long time on the bus, even though they had a good movie. And how come they go through your stuff before you come in? They be going through all your stuff.
Man, this one make sure you don't bring up in here anything you ain't supposed to be bringing in.
Like a gun?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I thought they came and got that stuff when they came and got. We ain't got nothing like that since you've been gone.
Let me tell you something, Junior. I'm going to be here in South Carolina for a while.
How long?
I'm not sure, but for a while. And I know you can't come visit me like when I was closer, but I want you to be the man. Okay, I want you to be the man of the house while I'm gone. Take care of your mama, your sister. Can you do that for me? Huh?
Yeah, Dad be the man of the house. But no guns, no crack, not anymore.
No guns, no crack. That ain't what being a man's about, son. You thirsty?
Yeah.
Come on, let's look at some sodas.
That was me, back when I was 8 years old, visiting my father. You know, back when I was little, my father told me that he was going to be leaving us. He told me that he had done some things, that he was going to be gone for a while, and he didn't know how long he was going to be gone, but what he told me was he wanted me to be a man. He told me he wanted me to take care of my mother and my little 1-year-old sister while he was gone. And I was 8 years old when he told me this, and this is my father, so that's what I did. That's what I tried to do. And I would lock the doors, close windows, take out the trash. I remember every night before I went to bed, I would keep a baseball bat sitting right here to the side of my bed, just in case, you know, anything happened in the middle of the night, anybody creep in, I'd be ready to swing on somebody, you know. I remember rats and roaches used to run across the floor, and my mother would scream, and my little sister would scream, and I was the one who would bend down and pick up the rats and toss them outside, or in the kitchen stepping on roaches with no shoes on, bare feet. I know I didn't let anybody mess with my mother or my little sister, take advantage of them. I would get up in a grown man face in a second and be like, what? I remember back in 4th grade, I never forget my teacher, Miss Gillary. And I remember I came in on the first day, and it wasn't the first day, it was like somewhere in the middle of the school year. I looked at Miss Gillary and I said, I'm a man. Miss Gillary, she turned around, she looked at me and said, you're not a man, you're a boy, now go sit down, go get in your seat. And I turned around and looked at Miss Gillary and I told her, my father told me I was a man. And she turned back, she looked at me, well, bring your father up here then. And I turned around, I told her, and then she had told me, and then I told her again, and then she had told me that I was suspended. And I wound up repeating the 4th grade because of that, not because I was slow or because I was stupid. It's because I was absent from school. I mean, what grown man do you know attends 4th grade elementary? Exactly. I remember I used to visit my father in jail, and he would sit right here. And he would look at me and he would say, "You taking care of your mother? You watching over your little sister?" And I would look at my father, I would want to make him proud, but what he forgot was he never showed me how to be a man. I mean, when he was home, he was too busy out in the streets, living his life of crime. He was too busy doing what it was that got him put in jail in the first place. I mean, so then, where does that leave me at? That leaves me at 8 years old, trying to do a man's job without no type of qualification, without no type of discipline, without no type of role model. I mean, that really bugged me. And think about my mother. I love my mother. I remember my mother used to tell me that she would pray that my father would be taken away from us. And I would say, well, why wouldn't you pray for him to get off drugs? Why wouldn't you pray for him to stay home? And why wouldn't you pray for him to go buy a house? And then I would think about it, and then I realized that she was trying to pray for the right size miracle. She knew that if God was able to get our father out the picture for a while, that she'll be able to create a better lifestyle for me and my little sister. She knew that, yeah, things are going to be bad with my father gone, but if he stays here, things are going to be a whole lot worse. You gotta love that. You know, my father, he's a better person now, you know. He reads the Bible and he prays all the time. I would go see him and he'd tell me he found Jesus. I would make jokes about it. You know, he's in jail, he found Jesus. Like, oh, was Jesus doing time too? You know, my father, he's real good at drawing cartoons and pictures and sketches, and I'm good at that too. I think I inherited that from him. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna draw these cartoons, and in these cartoons and sketches, I'm gonna tell the relationship between a father and a son when the father is incarcerated. I think I'm gonna call them Jailhouse Love. Yeah. I mean, nobody can tell my story better than I can tell it. I hope somebody with a father in jail or somebody with a son outside can take my cartoons and learn something from it, or better their relationship between the two. Jailhouse Love. You know what? Let me go write that down.
My son drew this. It's about me and him. In the first picture I say, hey Junior, what's your report card say? That's me, the father. That's Junior coming to visit me in prison. In the second picture, Junior says, 2 A's, 2 B's, and 2 C's. So I'm smiling in the third picture. I said, that's my boy. That's my boy, Anthony Jones, no D's and no F's. Then I asked him in the next picture, I said, well, Junior, what do you get the A's in? And he says, art and PE. So you know I'm laughing in the next picture. I said, well, it's just like your old man. Except you ain't never coming in here. Well, you're going to college. So anyway, in the next picture, Junior says, you got that right, Bob. And I said, Junior, next time, no C's. Make that happen. You hear me? He says, yeah, Dad. I hear you. Boy, sure can't draw. You got that from me. I'm not a stupid man. done some stupid stuff. And I'm guilty. I am guilty of sin, and I, did the crime, and I'm doing the time. I started getting into trouble when I was like second grade. I was acting up, acting out, thinking I knew everything. Didn't listen to nobody. I was defiant and mean and just mad at the world. I didn't think I had any reason to live. But I hated myself and everybody else. It's like I was on this destructive roller coaster, and I just couldn't get off, And I was pissed at my mama because I didn't have no daddy, and my brothers and sisters, they had daddies, that would sometimes come by and visit them and, buy them stuff, toys and school clothes. And sometimes even take them to the movies and stuff, other places. And the fathers treated me like I was invisible. And it hurt real bad not having a father. I didn't want my kids to hurt like that. So when I get out of here, I ain't never coming back. I already told my woman, I said, look, in 2 years, when I'm out of here, you ain't never going to work again. I don't care how many jobs I got to work. If I got to flip burgers or sell snowballs on the street corner, or bus tables in a restaurant, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it. Because I'm going to take care of my family with some clean, honest work. If I got to clean toilets or clean cars or clean yards. I got this dream about starting this car detailing business. My kids could help, especially Junior. He loves cars as much as I do. Anyway, I'm stepping up to the plate. I'm going to live a happy, normal life. Y'all know what a normal life is. We got a house, 2-car garage, with 2 cars in it. Picket fence. Big 64-inch TV. Big American dream.
Why is this kept? Kids with parents in prisons and not proud of it. I mean, some people act like going to jail is a rite of passage for our children these days, but it ain't. They just hurt when their daddy and mamas go away. My son, he got real depressed. I mean, for poor folks, there ain't a whole lot of mental health professionals standing in line to help either. So he just suffered in silence. I mean, my baby's grades dropped, and he started acting out in school, and the teachers just thought he was a bad kid. I mean, nobody would help him. They just punished him for being bad. He had a mentor for a while. His name was Herb. And that was good while it lasted. But then Herb was out of there, and Cameron never saw him again after that. So he just felt abandoned all over again. With prisons all over the country bursting with millions of people, that means there are lots of kids going through what my son went through. I wonder when somebody's going to notice them.
All right, keep it down. That's enough. I can get some help here, fellas?
Oh, my bad, escape. Well, you know these young bucks ain't got no home training.
What are you talking about, dog? If you got home training.
What did I tell you about the dog thing? There were no dogs in this class.
Hold on, Mr. Game. Why you gotta take this so serious? It's just a saying.
Well, this book is all about what one man calls another. Pass those out.
In my book.
What's this about?
I remember this book. The author of this one was a black man.
A lesson before dying. Tragic tale of a young boy on death row who tries to learn how to be a man before he dies. It sounds like some sad stuff to me.
No, this one of the books Oprah had her book club reading.
Like you know. You just pretend to be reading what Oprah be reading. And read the cover just like everybody else.
Boy, shut up. You the judge, because I can read.
You gonna let a girl you like that?
Yes, you're going to let me curse like
Don't let her
that.
do that.
Settle down!
Come on, outside.
A lesson before dying. Thank you, Janelle.
You're welcome.
As we can all see from the cover, was selected by Oprah as part of her book club. And we're lucky because the Board of Education has put this on the required list for 12th grade reading.
You mean we got read this to graduate?
Oh, that's exactly what I mean.
What's this about?
What you think it's about, stupid? Stuff you got to know before you die. But your whole lot of stuff for you because you don't know nothing.
Hey, just gonna let her keep doing it.
Because he's nothing. You heard me, he's nothing. For real.
Enough!
I'm not reading this.
It's about a young man who was in the wrong place in the wrong time in 1948 in a Louisiana town. He is convicted of a murder he didn't commit, goes to prison, and is sentenced to death.
Yeah? It's something he ain't do?
That's deep.
How do you read this crap?
Excuse me?
I mean, you heard me. I'm not reading this.
Step outside, Tyrone.
Who's gonna take that? I know every class. I should have bet you. I should have bet you because I would have won money. And you would have owed me $20. Yes, you would
I
have.
wish I shut up.
But you shut up. You shut up. Cut it out. You cut it out. You cut it out.
You've never acted like this before. What's going on?
I mean, I'm not going to read this crap.
Excuse me?
I mean, stuff. I mean, that whoever wrote this don't know nothing about it. Man, I'm not about to read it for you or nobody else.
So you don't intend to be graduating?
I guess I don't.
Watch what you got. Shut up, you won't be
I love my daddy, even if he is a criminal. That was one of our spelling words last week. Criminal. C-R-I-M-I-N-A-L. I didn't tell nobody in my class that I already knew the meaning of that word because it ain't none of their business. And my mom told me not to tell family business.
I know that's right.
But I don't care if my friends know my daddy's in jail. At least I got a daddy. Some of my friends ain't never seen their daddy. Don't know where their daddy is. What their daddy look like. Even if their dad delivers pizza to their house. Some of their daddies say they come by to see them and he never show up. Same story. And then my friends get mad at everybody in the world and get disappointed and cry and act out in school. At least I know my daddy is, but my mom told me not to tell no else. When my daddy comes home, I'm going to teach him how to do the love slide. My dad loves to dance and so do I.
Oh, I got that.
Not everybody's so able to stay engaged.
Visiting hours are almost over. I should have known my son wasn't gonna come. I mean, I'm so far away in his grandmother's truck. getting out of here. 2 months. Yes, I hope I do. See, because I know my son needs me. And now, I know I need him too. I mean, you know, all of us in places like this, men and women, we need our families. And the further we are away, the more everybody pays and suffers. I mean, you know, like, we're doing our time and that's cool. But why you gotta punish our families and our kids? Guess I'll read my son's letter one more time before I count.
And it's
Come on! I don't need to hide.
Yeah,
What, you think I don't see you? Come back here right now.
Dark 6 feet, 200 pounds.
Tyrone, you haven't been to my class in a week.
I've been sick.
That's not what your mother says. I told her about your conduct in my class, and she told me about your father being in prison.
Man, that's none of your business. I got nothing to do with reading that stupid book.
She wants to see you graduate, and you can't without this project.
I don't know why she told you anyway. Because he's not going to die there. He's coming home.
She told me. And I know you all are very happy. Listen, Tyrone, I know this is hard for you. You have to read this book. You have to write the paper. Maybe I can help you. Come back to class. You don't have to participate in discussion, and if it gets to be too much for you, then I just want you to get up and leave. I'll deal with it. But come back the next day and bring in your work. Do you think you can do that?
Yeah, what up?
Come on then, let's go.
You a fool. How you
I was looking for you. You too big.
You got something to spoil you. You don't think to give you. It's like you and my mother.
Hey. Want to start where we left off. Anthony, when we left off last time, who was speaking?
Professor Grant Wiggins, who teaches inside of one classroom schoolhouse.
Who's telling the story?
He is the teacher, right?
And what point of view was that called?
First person.
And you know that because he uses the pronoun
I, which all these other stupid people in here would have known to pay
Stupid.
attention like,
Stupid.
I did.
Oh, no, you
Okay.
Okay.
I did.
Oh, very good, Janelle.
Thank you.
We're on the assembly schedule, so we'll cut our discussion short because I want to share a surprise with you. I was very excited when I saw that this book had been added to the senior reading list because I have a special connection with this book and the author. Ernest Gaines and I went to college together. I wrote to him asking if he would answer any questions we might have about the book. I got an email from him yesterday and he would love to hear from us. So we'll be writing to Mr. Gaines as part of our project and he'll be writing back to us.
Yeah, I got to ask him why he had to write such a sad book.
I think that's a good question, Janelle.
Survey says, no. I
Here
want
you
to know why
go.
you're doing such a dumb book. What is people be so up on being a man anyway?
Just as much as you.
This is 50 cents.
I know he is.
Don't touch me no more. Big little boy, I kick you in the face.
Man can go crazy up in here. Especially at night. Listening to all the sounds bouncing off these prison walls. He has time to think, to meditate. Wonder who he did wrong and who did him wrong. But if he's smart, he can also take some time to think about his environment, the environment around him. And he'll start to ask himself, why are there more of us in here than them? And why are we so far away from our families? Life. It's all about choices, and there's no getting around that. You can either make your own choice, or you can allow someone else's influence and make that choice for you. She told me that I was unable to satisfy her financial needs. She needed to be maintained. Nails, perfume, hair, clothes. But I wasn't up for the challenge. You see, she told me that, and I knew I wasn't up for the challenge. Hell, only thing I could maintain was my drug habit. And so what if I had to knock you in your head? You were good for it. You worked every day. So share the love. I thought. My father said, you did the crime, so do the time. So here I am, in lockdown, hidden away from public view, labeled by more than a few as a member of a faceless crew. But as you can see, I have a face and a name, Tillman. And Tillman has a story. So close your mouth, open your ears, and listen. I ran with my crew. But let me ask you, do I look hardened to you? No. I am just a kitty cat, overshadowed by this lion called State Correctional Facility. Now, I always like that word, correction. Just what in the hell do they hope to correct up in here? As I said, I have a story to tell. And let me ask you this. Since I don't look hardened, who do you think I am? My story, though, my story is a little different from others. And no, it's not a story about what a big athlete I was on the outside, or how many women I laid down with, or even my near-death misses. It is a story about me. And it's different because it's about a woman. A woman who helped me garner a whole new respect for the word called hope. And what better person to have on your side who has your back than your mama?
On my way to pick up my granddaughter, Tina for short, for her teleconference with her father. all my grandbabies tomorrow at my big family cookout. I can always tell when I'm getting close to Tina's. I can hear the boom boxes blasting. I told my husband, I'm going in the hood today, so don't even think about putting a second coat of wax on this car. Those kids see a Mercedes and they act like fools. I had to dull it down a bit. I love my Tilmaya to death. I mean Tina. Looks just like my Tillman. But that child hates that name. Can you blame her? I blame my Tillman for that, with his vain self. Now, she's into rap music. I try to be hip, so I try to keep up with what she's listening to. I remember when Tillman started listening to that music and had the nerve to think he was going to come home to my house with his pants hanging half off his butt. Well, I wasn't having it. He straightened up his act real quick. Second year of college with a 3.5 grade point average, and he thinks his mama's going to let him act like a hoodlum? Oh. Jump in front of this car if you want to. You will be limping all the way to the hospital. Did you see that? He must be intoxicated or high on drugs or something. Oh. This is one phase of my life I'm glad is nearing an end. Tillman will be coming home from prison in December. Frankly, I am tired. It isn't easy trying to keep these kids together, but I'm determined they're going to know one another and they're going to be productive citizens if I have anything to do with it. Those babies' mothers, woo, help me, Lord. Well, to be truthful, my son wasn't any better at the time. My husband, Frank, got so tired of him bringing all those babies to the house. When that last baby, Shanda, was born, he said, son, what do I have to do to get you to put a lid on that thing and keep your pants up? Tillman laughed about that last week when I called him. He said, Mom, tell Dad he doesn't have to worry about me taking my pants down now. This is definitely one place you don't want to do that. Of course, he's a little down now because his father only visited him that one time when he was in the jail nearby. Now, he's 300 miles away. I told him his father felt let down, especially with him losing that football scholarship. We didn't raise him that way. I'm beginning to wonder just who is doing the time here, because it feels like both my men are on lockdown.
We're going to read one more passage from the book before the period is over. We're going to read a very important part of the book, and I want you to think about it tonight, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Turn to page 166.
What number is that?
166. Who can set this scene up for us? What's happened right before this scene? Anthony?
Grant Wiggins is trying to explain to his girlfriend, I think her name was Vivian, about how much he doesn't want to teach the boy how to be a man before he dies.
Very good. Who would like to read? Tyrone.
No.
Malik. Oh, and before we start, where does this take place?
In the club up on there, y'all. I think they call it the Rainbow Club. They had just left Miss M's house. She was real sick. That's Jefferson's grandmother. Hey. Yes, he won't let me do it. Idiot.
Malik, please read.
Did you touch me? I told you guys what you do. Better one.
Oh, you saw how she was trying to curve me today?
He's coming home.
I'm so glad for you, Tyrone. Everybody must be very excited at your house.
Yeah, I told you he was coming home.
And I knew you were right, Tyrone.
My cellmate, Mike, went home today. I write letters. Call home when I can. That calls home. Costs too damn much. They done moved me around so many times since I left that prison. I've gone to North Carolina, and then to Florida, and then worked my way all the way back into Virginia. I used to see my woman and my kids 4 or 5, maybe 6 times a month when I was closer. And I was actually starting to have a little influence on Junior because he started acting up. First went to prison. Was giving his mama a hard time. Things started getting better. When they moved me down to Florida, I didn't see my family for 2 years before they moved me to North Carolina. Then they moved me back to Florida when they were supposed to go there, but they had some kind of mix-up, some kind of case of mistaken identity. They confused me with another brother named Anthony Jones. I guess they got a lot of Anthony Joneses in the system. Then I went to Ohio and then back to Jonesville, Virginia. So it's 1998 when I left D.C. I seen my family 4 times in person. And my mama twice.
Woo! That was a game, wasn't it?
Oh.
Let me get that. What? I mean, what, we won?
Yeah.
We lost. I mean, we won.
Yeah, we did anyway. Coming at you, boy. 240-pound tackle looking dead in your eyes, huh? Fresh meat. And got your name all over you. But how you fake them out like that, man? How'd you do it? Me? I'd admit, I done messed all over myself right then and there. As quiet as I could. I think I did. Show me how you do it.
You know what I'm saying? Flip the bridge, you know what I'm saying? Bubbling over the
See? Hey, see? That's what I mean. That was sweet. If I could have got up on the ground, I'd kissed you myself. I bet you got all kinds of draws thrown at you that like that.
You know what? You could have got up. I mean, why you always act like you want some kind of symphony, hollering around like something wrong with you?
I was. I still got the scar. See?
I thought you driving there supposed to get all busted up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My bad. It's right here. I think.
Busted up? Hell, more like busted. You know what I'm saying? You walking around like something wrong with you. You know, but Coach bought your sorry excuse. I wouldn't have.
Just because you don't see no scars doesn't mean I wasn't hurt, fool. I swear I was hurt. Yeah. And I don't know how you play all hurt like that. Because I know you be getting busted up for real, big time. I'm too pretty to get that messed up and keep playing. It's the man to get you over. Let me see. Hold them up. They look normal to me. Some big old goofy hands and some big old goofy Negro. But you know, you seen the grab the ball no matter where it come from. Don't let it go. You sure you don't spray it with super glue before the game?
Ain't nothing special. I mean, just because you got holes in your hands, ball come right at you, you talking about really good with it. I mean, look, Kimberly can catch a ball better than you.
That's why I gotta stay pretty. I know how to set my limit. You know.
You know what? Not me. The sky's the limit, but your limit is the sky.
Matter of fact, that's probably why you be playing so hard. Like your life depends on it. And Coach, he be eating it up. He don't want to admit it, but we all see how much you love and all that attention you give. Scouts coming down here getting early looks at their prospects, his shirt busting out with all that pride. But I feel sorry for you. You can be stuck in the middle with two daddies at the World Ceremony next week. But it'll be fine. Your daddy's cool. Everybody get a kick out of him. He's so fun. But just be careful, because he might steal the spotlight from you.
Hold up. What you saying? You going on there or something? Just come on and say it.
What? What I say?
See, that's what I should never told you anything, right? That's what I get for thinking you some kind of friend.
I just
Don't say it again. You call my dad a thief again, I'll kick you off the street.
don't mess with me, touch me again.
And yo, what? What you gonna do? You gonna hurt me? Come on, let me have to hurt you, right? Go ahead.
Look, man, we about to come to blows over this. Look, I still don't remember what I said, but whatever it was, I'm sorry, okay?
Just stay off me and my family.
Family? Hell, this is about your dad, isn't it? I never said nothing about your father. At least I don't remember saying nothing. Look, man, you know me. I can't remember nothing I meant to say, let alone stuff that just pops out of my head. Look, I can't be tiptoeing around you all day, man. Your dad, look, he did his time and we're okay with that. And he's been home. Been home, right? Been about, what, 2 months now? All I know you've been touching ever since, man. I can't be nothing but here for you. And you get this upset over some dumbass stuff that don't mean nothing. How you expect to get through the award ceremony without blowing everybody up?
You know what, you ain't gotta worry about that, because he ain't coming, man. He ain't coming.
I know you done lost your mind now.
Nah, that's all right. I mean, he's not. I mean, he just started working a couple weeks ago. I mean, you can't take off so soon.
A gig? He gonna miss your award ceremony over some job? He been better off stuck inside coming out for a visit. At least he'd have been on his own time.
I mean, look, it might be just a gig for you, but you don't understand how hard it is to find somebody willing to take a chance like this. Convicted felon and all, you can't clean it up on the resume. I mean, look, my mom is so happy for something coming through like this. We even moved to a new house and everything. For a fresh, clean start, they say. We can't take any chances. I mean, look, he'll give me a spirit. Look, he gave me this. You was found out?
Hands. He gave your picture some hands.
They ready to catch the ball. I mean, that's what he seen the last game.
The one we lost.
I mean, the team may have lost, but I won. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to see it.
One of your famous catches. Oh, yeah. He made that game.
Only one he's never seen me play. You know, I had to catch that ball without trying.
Oh, yeah. And my mom, she got a video camera. She'll tape, he'll see. Matter of fact, he'll beat it, you know.
You know what? Thank you. Wall bleed, man. 24 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I mean, it looks like you're praying or something. I'm praying the ball don't hit you in your head, man. Come on, let's go, man. Let's go. What do is praying?
So one day I got this book and the tape in the mail. I said, what's this? And on the tape was my father's voice reading the book that came with it. I think the name of the book was The Dr. Ben Carson Story. And I was 11 years old when I got it, so I was like really excited about it. I mean, because here I was with this tape of my father's voice reading me a book and an autographed copy of the book that he was reading. He had wrote, Junior, I hope this book encourages you to make the best of your life. Your father, Anthony Jones. You know how rare that is? I mean, you can't tell anybody, but I listen to it for like every day, and I'm 15 years old now. I mean, I don't want you to tell anybody because, you know, my boys might think I'm soft or something because, you know, I made 3 copies of it. I got a copy of it right here. I mean, I plan on keeping this for my grandchildren to hear someday. I mean, do you know how it feels to hear your father's voice reading you a book, something he's never done for you before? I mean, it was just, the feeling was like, it was overwhelming. It was incredible. I think that's him right now. Go ahead.
I saw my father. Saw him 3 years ago. We were in the same prison for 6 months. Out in Ohio. And after we made the father-son connection, he couldn't look me in the eyes. And I hated seeing him. But I loved looking at him. You see, he was my father, you understand? Well, I was his spitting image. Well, we eventually got to talking. And then we started talking every day, something he managed to arrange. Our stories were nearly the same. Only I was going home soon, and he was never leaving prison. I left Ohio, went to North Carolina. But you know, I didn't hate my father anymore. I understood why he did what he did, and why I did what I did. Now, we make no excuses, though. We both know what we did was messed up. But I felt sorry for my father. I felt sorry for me. But I made a vow that I wasn't going to let the rest of my life be like the rest of my father's life. And I promised myself I was going to continue to do everything in my power to keep my son from following in a path of generations of criminals. Now that I'm out, I'm going to go see my father, wherever he is. I'm going to take his grandchildren to meet him. I promised him that. He's my father. He's going to love my little girl. And he's going to be shocked at how much me and Tyrone look just like him. We're all so handsome. He said that would make him the happiest man in the world to see his grandchildren and to see me again. And then he said, I love you, Michael. Ah! I'll never forget that as long as I live on this earth. 30-some years I've been waiting to hear my father tell me that. I never, ever, as long as I live, will forget it. I love you, Kimberly.
I love you, Daddy. See you later, Abigail.
Love you too, Tyrone.
Love you, Tamara.
Love
Love you, Mama.
Love you, baby.
I love my baby too. I was so excited. Hardly could wait to say we've been apart too long. Hope she never go back again. Guess all the children need their mothers and fathers. I guess we all do the time.